Okay, we're waiting on Annie Wood. Welcome to Frederick's Food Adventures. We're waiting on our guest, Annie Wood. Oh my God, Rachel just joined. Hi, Rachel. How's it going? Good to see you. Okay, Annie just joined. You guys, hang on. I'm letting Annie go to the world. So Annie should be coming in. And there is Elizabeth. There's Prentice. Oh my God, there's Christian. Hey, hey. Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys, we're here. I can't believe we're here. Oh my God, wow. Okay, welcome to Frederick's Food Adventures. Okay, I see Elizabeth said, hi, Chef, hi. Oh my God, you guys, it's so good to see you. Thank you guys so much for coming. I want to introduce my special guest, Annie Wood, actress, artist, writer extraordinaire, Annie Wood. So everybody say hi to Annie. Annie, say hi to everybody.
Hello. We have
So you guys,
these what do you call it, skylights in our house. I can't shut
you look
that.
sun-kissed.
It's
You look
crazy.
sun-kissed. It looks
yes,
good.
It's still summer for me.
And can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I want to let you guys know we're going to make vegan banana fudge chocolate chip muffins today. We have a lot to do in 1 hour, so we're going to get started.
Yes.
Because while the muffins are baking, that's where we're going to ask Annie questions about food. We can ask Annie questions about her showbiz career. We can ask any questions you guys might have, and we can interact and we can chat. So we're going to get into that at that point with once the muffins are in. But we're going to get started. Annie, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So you guys, the thing I love about this dessert, it is a one bowl dessert. Everything happens in one bowl. Everything evolves in one bowl. So we're going to start with our one bowl. I'm going to bring this down just a tad. We'll see if that helps. Okay. We're going to start with our one bowl that already has 2 medium ripe bananas in the bowl. Okay. To that, we're going to add a flax egg. So for anybody who doesn't know what a flax egg is, a flax egg is 1 tablespoon of ground flax meal and 2.5 tablespoons of water. So you stir the meal and the water together. You let that sit in a separate bowl to thicken at least for 5 minutes after you stir it. That's going to be our egg replacement. So it's going to give us that consistency that's very similar. Annie's doing something a little bit different. So what are you doing?
I'm using this. This is from Whole Foods. It's called Egg Replacer. It's vegan. You can get it at Whole Foods or Sprouts or wherever health foods are sold.
Okay.
And then you mix it with 2 tablespoons of water and let it sit and it gets thick.
Perfect. So that's an alternative. I'm going to go ahead and put my flax egg in that I had sitting. Okay. I'm going to put that in the bowl. Oh,
Do we mash the bananas?
We're going to mash. So we're going to mash bananas. We're going to put this in the bowl. I want to mention to you guys, we have our oven already preheated to 350 degrees. Okay, so we did that already. So we've got that in. I'm just going to simply take the back of the fork. I'm going to start mashing. So you see I've got my flax egg in there with my banana. I'm going to start mashing. Okay.
Mashing.
And we want it to be creamy. You guys, it can be, if there's a few chunks, that's okay. We want it to be creamy for the most part, but no big deal if there are a few chunks. Okay. So now that I've mashed, I'm just going to take a spoon and stir. All right?
Okay.
Annie, are you stirring?
I use the masher.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. Oh,
and I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. Right. So we've got this nice and stirred. So we've got our mashed bananas stirred in with our flax egg. Okay. We're going to move on to the next part. So next we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Okay. So I've got my 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. We're going to throw that in the bowl.
Okay.
We got 1/2 cup of coconut sugar. Okay. If you want to use brown sugar, you can. If you have another substitute you want to use, the recipe's calling for 1/2 cup coconut sugar.
My husband is a type 1 diabetic, so I use this. Also available. It's good. It's diabetes friendly.
What is that called?
It's called Swerve.
Okay.
It's the ultimate sugar replacement.
Okay. Okay, awesome. So you can use a sugar replacement if you need to. Next is 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. You can also use agave if you choose to use agave. What are you using?
Agave.
Okay, perfect. So you're using agave. Okay. So
How
we're going
many?
to do our 3 tablespoons. Okay, great. So we got that done. Next up, we have a 1/4 cup of tahini. So let me grab the tahini. And you want your tahini drippy, you guys. You want it liquidy as opposed to sometimes at the bottom of your container, your tahini can get a little bit hard.
Right.
So we really want the liquidy, drippy part of the tahini. So we're going to get that in our bowl.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Okay, perfect. And then following that, we've got a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Whatever you guys, if you like pink salt, Himalayan salt, sea salt, I'm old school. I just like coarse salt. Just give me some coarse kosher salt. I'm good.
I'm using sea salt.
Okay, perfect. So I've got that in there. Next is 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla.
Vanilla. Okay.
All right, so I'm putting in my 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. And then last but not least for right now, we're going to do 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Now you may want to use avocado oil. If you don't want to use the oil, you can also do vegan butter is another option if you want to do that instead. What are you using, Annie?
Coconut oil. I love coconut.
So I'm going to do my 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. Okay, now that we've done that, you guys, we're going to whisk. So grab your whisk. We're going to do a very vigorous whisk to combine everything. Okay.
Like whip it? Should I whip it? Like whip it good?
Do this with you got your whisk.
Oh, I'm using
a whisk.
Yeah,
I think that's a whisk. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we're going to do that, and we just want to do it to combine. We're going to do a little bit more whisking in a sec. Because now we're going to add our cacao powder, okay? And our cacao powder is 1/2 cup. And you know I love this part because this is when it starts getting chocolatey. So you know I love that. So I'm putting in my 1/2 cup of cacao powder. Now remember, it is a powder, so we don't want it to blow everywhere. So just gingerly get it in your bowl. And when you start whisking, just remember it's powdery, so you don't want it to fly everywhere.
Now you tell me.
Sorry. Okay. So you want to start your whisk a little bit gently as you get it to combine. Oh my God, I can't wait to show you this guy because it's just the whole thing now. It's just turned into.
This is the time when your mom's in the kitchen and you're little and you want to lick the bowl.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the time.
Exactly. So I'm going to show you guys my bowl. So look at that. Do you see that? Oh my God. Yes. So truth be told, we could stop right here and I could just eat this. Like, we don't even need to make muffins. Like, we could just.
And there's no actual egg, so you won't get, salmonella poisoning. What is that thing that people get?
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, so if you've got that nice and combined, we're going to stop whisking at this point. So we are done with our whisking. I'm just trying to get every little thing. And like you said, when you were a kid, that's when you do your little finger licks and all that good stuff, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to set the whisk aside. Next up is our 3/4 cups of oats, and I'm just using old school rolled oats. That's all I'm using, rolled oats.
I'm using the old-fashioned. I didn't have rolled oats, so I'm using old-fashioned steel oats. I hope that's okay.
Steel cut oats. You know what? I can't imagine this. It's not going to be great at this point, just from the chocolate alone.
Okay.
So we'll see. But let's put in our rolled oats.
Okay.
So we're done with the whisking. This is actually, we're just going to stir.
Okay.
So this is a stir. Okay.
Sure.
So I'm just getting a good stirring spoon so we can get, you guys see, I've got the oats in there. So we're just getting the oats in. Okay, hang on here. Okay, I know. Okay.
Smells good.
Okay, so we got that. Oh my God, I'm gonna have to do a little spoon taste. Wait a minute, here we go. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Already?
Oh my God.
Oh, because the sugar's in it, it's got to be good already. Okay.
It's good already. Like, do we really got to make cupcakes at this point? We can just eat this. This is so good. Okay, we're gonna keep going. We've got that in. Next up, you guys, is our 1 1/4 cup of almond flour, which we're gonna add and stir in a little bit at a time. So I'm just gonna do, I've got my 1 1/4 cup of almond flour. I'm gonna do a sprinkle and I'm gonna stir. This is getting us to our scoopable batter, so we can scoop it into the muffin tins. And you guys, we want it to be moist. We want a moist batter. We don't want it, if you do 1 1/4 cups of almond flour, you should be good. If for some reason you find it's too wet, put in a little more flour. If for some reason you find it's too dry, put in a little water or non-dairy milk. A milk alternative. I actually think hazelnut would be a good one with the chocolate. I love that hazelnut chocolate combo. So in case you needed to, you could put a little splash of that.
That's what Nutella is. It's hazelnut.
Okay, exactly.
Chocolate.
Thank you.
So
Nutella.
Good.
Whoever made Nutella just, oh my God, they're just brilliant. Nutella's great. So we're just got it in. I think I'm going to put the rest in there. I think we're good. So we're going to stir. Get all our flour. So we just want that nice, moist cake batter. A scoopable batter. So it should just be turning into that. It's shiny. You guys will see in just a second after I stir the rest of this flour in here.
Tell me, Freddie, if this is this too liquidy or is this a...
Let me see. I think that's okay. You know what? Put a little bit more flour in there.
Okay.
Put a little bit more, because this is what you want. So this is... See that?
Wait, no, I went to get flour.
Okay. So
wait, hang on.
You'll see it doesn't take, it takes a little bit longer to dry.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so you guys see it's shiny, it's lustrous, it's beautiful. Okay? So we got that. So that's nice and stirred. So Annie, let me know when you got it. So you'll know. So just get it a little bit thicker, just a little bit.
Like this?
Let me see.
A little more?
I think that's, you know what? I think that's okay. I think that's okay. Maybe yeah, because you don't want it sliding off. Like it's not a slide off.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think you're good. I think you're okay. Just.
I added a tiny bit more. Okay.
Okay.
Ready.
Okay, perfect. And then, okay, grand finale. It's our 1/4 cup of vegan chocolate chips. Okay, here we go.
The best part.
The best part. So I'm dunking in my 1/4 cup.
I'm using more because I always use more.
Okay, well, we are going to sprinkle some on top as well. So we're going to get a little more in there. So 1/4 cup, or use your, if you need more, put more in there.
I'm glad you told me that part, though.
Okay, so we're going to stir in the chips. Okay, and I think I am all stirred in. So here you go, guys. We are ready now to scoop this into the muffin tin. So let me grab the tin. So, you know, we already have our muffin tin line. Okay, there we go. Already lined with our...
They only make 11. Isn't that right? They only make 11?
Now, you know what's weird, you guys? In this recipe, it's 11. It's not a dozen. It's 11. It works out as 11. As strange as it may sound, it works out as 11. So it's not a dozen. Thank you for bringing that up. So, Annie, you want to gently do it. I'm going to do a tablespoon at a time.
Okay.
And be careful because we don't want it to be messy. We don't want it to get all over the tin. So you got to gingerly just kind of place like a tablespoon in each. And then we're going to top them off to make sure it's evenly distributed. But let's just start with getting that nice kind of heaping tablespoon in each one. Okay.
Do you use a normal spoon or actually a tablespoon?
You know what? I'm just using a regular old tablespoon.
Yeah.
And I'm eyeing my heaping scoop. By the time we get a heaping scoop in each one, we'll be able to look, and then we'll start adding a little bit here, a little bit there to make sure it's evenly distributed.
Okay.
Okay, almost there. Okay, hang on. Okay.
Are you usually very messy? I'm very messy.
So you know what? Sometimes, normally, I try to keep stuff in order as I go.
Yeah.
When I lived with my Aunt Juanita, when I was in high school, there was a year in high school, I lived in Philadelphia with my Aunt Juanita, and she always talked about clean as you cook. That was one of her famous sayings, clean as you cook. So you clean as you go.
Yeah.
So you're keeping stuff in order. You're not done cooking, and then you've got a horrible, terribly messy kitchen.
Yeah. Same with Ema. Same with my mom.
Okay.
It's the same way, but I don't have that in me. I'm just messy.
Okay. Okay. So you guys, hold on here. We have got. Oh, I found an extra little paper was in my muffin tin. Okay. I had an extra one in there. Okay. Now I think I've got. Now I'm doing my even distribution.
Me too.
Okay. And don't, if your fingertips need to get a little messy, that's okay.
Oh, yeah. That happens.
Hang on. Oh, my God. Okay, sorry.
It's happening here, too.
It happened. Okay. And, okay, I think we're there. One's got a little more than another, so I'm going to just put this other one in there. And I think I'm okay. No, I've got a good scrape. Oh my God, hold on. One final little scrape.
Muffin.
Oh my God. Oh, that looks good.
Yeah, right?
Okay. So here we go, guys. So I've got them all in. See? We got them on in. Center rack, 25 minutes, okay?
Wait, do we add chocolate chips?
Oh my God, thank you. Adding the chocolate chips. Okay, I use a brand called Missy J's. It's an Australian brand. It's vegan chocolate chips for baking and snacking, it says, but it's called Missy J's. So that's a good one. You can find that online. They'll sell it at your Whole Foods, etc.
Yeah.
So let's get. I'm going to sprinkle a few little chips on top. Hang on here. Okay, this is kind of turning into more than a few, but
I'm
happens,
definitely
right?
beyond a few.
Beyond
I'm in
a few,
the several
exactly.
category.
Okay, a few little extra chocolate chips won't hurt. Oh, there's actually a little chunk. There's a little cluster. I'm going to put that little cluster on there. Okay, almost there. Okay. Okay, I am there. Annie, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm putting a little of this swerve, sprinkling it on top. Like it's the pretend powdered sugar. Just for the hell of it.
Okay, just to give it a little sweetness on top. Nice. Okay, I think I'm ready to go in the oven. What about you?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, so you guys, our 350-degree preheated oven. Our cupcakes or our muffins are ready. We're going to plop it in. Hang on here. Okay, I'm going to put 25 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, I just put 25 minutes on the stove. Okay, you guys, now we can chill for a sec. We've got that going.
That was fun.
So let's see what's going on. Let's see who's online and if there are any questions. Anybody? Okay. Oh, somebody said no clusters. You know what? There was a little cluster of chocolate. They were stuck together, but I put it on top. I think that'll be a nice bite once that's melted as a cluster.
I like it.
I think that'll be good. So, okay. So let me just formally, you guys, we started so quick. I just want to formally introduce Annie. So Annie is hey, Franz. Hello. So Annie is a former Huffington Post contributor, dating game show host. You guys remember the dating game show Buzz in the 90s. Currently, Annie is a rom-com and young adult fiction writer and a lifelong film and TV actress and internationally exhibited artist. So I want you guys to visit anniewood.com to learn more about this incredible Renaissance woman and all the different types of work she does. She's such an incredible and prolific artist. So Annie, thank you again for being here with us today. If you guys have questions for Annie, remember, use the, someone says, is there a substitute for tahini, not Houdini, sorry. Is there a substitute for the tahini?
Almond butter, but
actually, and you know what? The nut butter is your substitute. You're absolutely right. I think that was my friend Kim. Kim, that's what you want to do. You can substitute any nut butter of your choice. It doesn't have to be almond butter, but that is the substitute. Yes. So you guys, again, hit the questions icon to ask your questions. And Annie, thank you again for being with us. I got a food question I want to start with.
Okay.
Okay, so my food question is, what food can you not live without?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's see. What food can I not live? Well, I mean, it's kind of like, I think this is like an old saying, you know, bread and water, like you can live on bread, but I love me some bread. Sourdough bread, like fresh bread, the fresh sourdough bread out of the oven. That's incredible. In fact, there's a place called the Butcher's Daughter in Venice, California, where when all this stuff happened, we haven't been eating out. We haven't been doing, any of that stuff. We've been quarantining. And I would only go there and pick up, and they would have curbside delivery of this sourdough bread.
Yes. Oh, that curbside delivery sourdough bread. It sounds like heaven.
That was.
Okay. I love sourdough bread. I know. I'm not as much. Someone in the meantime, I saw ice cream. Oh, bread and French cheese. Somebody wrote bread and French cheese. I saw ice cream, and I also saw sushi on there as well. But bread, you know what? Let me tell you, when going out to eat, if it's like, a restaurant where they bring bread to the table, it's like I need to just let the server know in advance. Like, you know what? Don't be shy. Just keep the bread coming throughout the meal. I don't want to have to, because it embarrasses me that I have to keep asking, every time the plate, they're like, he's done with the bread again already. And I have to keep asking for that bread and I know.
Keep it coming.
Keep it coming.
And I went through years of the opposite, of not having it because of, all the whatever reasons, especially in LA, where actresses don't eat carbs. I did that for years.
Wow.
And it's only recently that I was like, you know what? Actually, since the pandemic, a lot of things kind of like changed. I was like, why am I doing this? I eat healthy. I take care of myself. Why am I like not allowing myself bread when I love it so much? It's stupid. Yeah. So I stopped doing that.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's almost like you didn't have to be so rigid with yourself. You gave yourself permission to just be. Yes. And it was okay.
Yes. Amen.
We have one question on here. Let me figure out how to do this. Hang on. What's the difference between muffin and cupcake? Okay, that's a good one.
Good question.
Okay, so let me tell you, I'm going to have to really, I want to find out genuinely, because I don't know why they didn't call this cupcakes. We're using cupcakes holders. So I don't know if in this case, this could have been interchangeable with this recipe. So I'm not sure if they could have said vegan banana fudge chocolate chip cupcakes. I don't know why.
Could it be that muffins are that cupcakes are more cakey in their texture? They're a little more airy, and they have icing on top?
I mean, perhaps because normally
frosting.
When you eat a cupcake, it's like a piece of cake. It's just it's like a mini cake, right? Whereas when you eat a
muffins
muffin,
are savory, cupcakes are sweet. That's what someone just said. Thank you for that.
Oh my God, Kim! Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
Yeah,
okay, muffin. Because I was about to say it's kind of like when you get like a banana nut muffin, or you get different types of muffins.
That does not taste like.
It doesn't taste like a cupcake.
No.
So that makes sense to me. So I don't have the official Culinary Institute answer for you guys. But we have, I think Kim gave us the answer.
Good.
Okay,
this
Kim, thank you.
Instagram live version
works. Okay, yes. Thank you. So, okay, next question, Annie. Is there and this is also to, I think we got a long answer. Cupcake batter is beaten significantly longer than a muffin. This creates uniformness and air bubbles. Okay, thank you. So what was the next question for you or anybody watching as well? Is there a particular food smell that reminds you of childhood?
You know what? Not that long ago, Peter, my husband, was cooking a kamut. You know that grain kamut,
Yeah.
and there was a smell, and I kept saying, "Why does this smell remind me of childhood? What is that?" And I don't remember even hearing kamut when I was a kid. It turns out it smelled like Israeli couscous, which my mom made all the time.
Wow.
So Israeli couscous, when it's kamut, it has a kind of smell when it's cooking that is so unique, like really. And so yeah, that reminded me of childhood. Just recently, I connected.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So kamut, you tied back without realizing it at first to the Israeli couscous that your
Yes.
mother made. Was that one of her specialty dishes?
Well, Ima was. I don't know if you ever. So Freddie and I have known each other for decades, and you knew Ima, and I don't know if you ever tasted her cooking, but she was an incredible cook. Everything was like, Israeli food can be a lot like Northern Italian food, which is delicious sauces, lots of garlic, lots of tomato sauce, and yummy. She made this cauliflower, a breaded cauliflower dish with tomato garlic sauce that melted in your mouth. When I was little, it was my favorite food. And I mean, when I was like a toddler, a baby and a toddler,
Wow.
I would take the sourdough bread. We were big on sourdough. Dip it into this cauliflower thing. And it felt like it's so hard to explain because it sounds like, why is she going on about cauliflower? I swear to you. And the first time I went to Rome, they served me this dish and I was disappointed because it wasn't my idea of Italy. I was like, but my mom made this. So that's when I understood there is
similarities.
Some Mediterranean
Interesting.
similarities.
Interesting.
Delicious,
Okay.
melts in your mouth.
Okay.
Tomato, garlicky, olive oil. Mm.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Well, there was a response here. Christian in New York, you guys, the smell of Twinkies remind me of childhood, not very sophisticated. Okay,
Bill.
Twinkies.
Or ding dongs. Remember ding dongs?
Oh,
in
ding
the
dongs.
foil?
Yes, and it had like the cream. Yeah, ding dongs. Okay, someone says, when you taste a new dish for the first time, do you put it in the front of your mouth, tip, or tongue, or do you put it, it rolled up. That's what I'm telling you guys, use the question icon, because if you put it in the chat box, it rolls up.
We lose it.
And we miss it, but use the question icon and put your question there, so that way we can, it's static, right? So put it in the question, because that was a great question I couldn't finish because it just rolled up.
Yeah.
But I do have another question. So do you remember what was the first dish, meal, food item, or anything that you made for your husband?
Oh, wow. I don't. The only thing that pops to my mind is, for a while we eloped on a sailboat. And so when you sail, you make like little foods that you can, like tapas, you make food that is easy to eat because you're on the boat, right? So I remember for a while, it was summer, so very refreshing. I was making these slicing fresh cucumber, putting this like soy cream cheese on top with like diced little tiny, I can't remember what I put on top. Like maybe they were tomatoes or maybe a pepper. I don't know. And then like sea salt and something. And there were these little like bites. And I was very big into bites.
Okay.
Actually, I still am really into bites.
I think I remember that about you, like the bites. Yeah.
Because you remember that movie with mermaids with Cher?
Yes. Yeah.
She was the mom, right? And
Christina Ricci, wasn't she the daughter? Christina Ricci.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she would always make, and Melissa, I don't know if Melissa's here, but Melissa used to say, oh my God, this so reminds me of how you eat, because she would make dinner for her family, for her daughters, and it would just be bites.
Right. So I remember that. Right.
That's basically how I like it.
Oh my God. That's so funny. That's so funny. So the first thing you made for him was bites?
Yeah, like I know it sounds weird, but because I can't remember the cooking, probably because it was summer. And summer, I don't really cook. Summer is more like cold. We're like making cold food and cold kind of. We really are very big into artichokes, though. Like
Okay.
a lot. Like we boil
Okay.
artichokes and we dip it in olive oil garlic thing. Or I make chimichurri. Lately I've been making a lot of chimichurri, which is
Okay.
an Argentine sauce.
Yes, I
It's
love that sauce.
fresh parsley, fresh oregano, uh, sea salt, some olive oil, a little red wine vinegar. It's fresh garlic, a lot of garlic. And you dip, you boil the artichokes and you dip it in this incredible sauce. And that is like one of our all-time favorite foods.
Okay, you know what? That's so delicious. Okay,
So,
somebody just sent some. Oh, it's your husband. He just sent something with like hearts in the eyes, like he was
yes,
reflecting back on that chimichurri
yes.
sauce. Oh, we got a question. We got a question. And then I have a question about Italy too. I don't want to forget to ask you.
Okay.
Okay, so the next question is, oh, Christian says a perfect gift for you is a sourdough starter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
Peter
you.
wants to know, what do you love most about cooking?
What do I love most about cooking? It
Yeah.
feels really creative to me. Like
Yep.
even if you're using a recipe, like I use recipes as kind of like a jumping off place, right?
Yes.
Or suggestions. Except with baking, you have to be exact with certain things, or else it won't work.
Yes.
But it just feels like that all your creativity and all your love is going into food, and food is life.
Yeah.
And people can have a very complicated relationship with food, but when you're cooking, it's like you are one with it, and it's a beautiful experience, and food is life, and you're sharing it. So you're sharing your love and life and creativity with another, and there's something intimate and beautiful about it.
I agree. I would always say, because I love to cook things too that are elaborate and may take a long time. Like I love to, if I'm cooking all day, something like whatever that big end result's going to be from the whole process of cooking something, and maybe I'm cooking several things throughout the morning or the afternoon, or things are kind of cooking on the stove throughout the day. I love that. For me, it's, people that will say, oh God, I don't like cooking. I don't like to cook. So they don't relate to that. But I always liken it to people that I know that are really into gardening, and they describe it as meditative when they're in their garden. That's how it feels for me. So like when I'm cooking, usually it's a time of like solitude. I don't really have a lot of distractions going on. I'm kind of just quietly with myself and very focused on what I'm doing with the food and with my hands. So there's something like I find, like when you talk about that oneness, when you talk about the relationship, so I really kind of feel like that's what I'm experiencing, when I'm cooking. So that's why I don't mind doing it, or even if it takes a long time, because I feel like I just kind of drop into a zone of sorts, if that makes sense. Somebody said I need to find partners who cook. I do dishes well. That's what I'm trying to find.
That's not bad.
I mean, that's my hashtag, always hashtag husband material. I mean, I'm trying to find somebody. If you need I can do the cooking. I can do the cooking. So,
that's a great partnership.
Yes. So I want to go back to Italy really quick.
Grazie.
Okay. I want to go back to Italy really quick. And actually, before I do that, I'm going to pull out my ice cream, because we're going to have ice cream. Let me get my ice cream.
Okay. And I can smell the muffins.
Yeah, so we're about a little more than 10 minutes away from the muffins, but I want to share with you guys, I love this vegan ice cream. The brand is called Craig's, and I recently discovered it early in the summer. It's delicious. They have 4 different flavors, I believe, because they're relatively new. I love this one called Killa Vanilla. So this is their vegan vanilla flavor. I'm just pulling this out now because I haven't opened this one yet. It's new. So
mine has been out. And mine
yours has been, I just want to make sure it begins to soften. So I'm going to just sit this here on the windowsill.
Trader Joe's, and it's coconut based. Chocolate coconut based from Trader Joe's.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Okay, so before I go, I want to go back to Italy. Before I forget, I want to go back to Italy. So I know you typically go to live in Italy for a portion of the summer every year, right? Like like half of the summer or a couple months.
We average a month, but this year was more like 2.5 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's every summer. So I want to ask you, when you go, do you eat differently there? Are there things you eat that you only can get? And then what part of Italy are you going to?
So
What are people primarily eating there? And what do you eat there that you don't eat here, or vice versa?
yeah, my husband is from Rimini, which is 2 hours south of Venice. It's a great beach resort town. I adore Rimini. Is my second home. I adore it, and yeah, we eat a little differently. First of all, I think we eat a little more,
Okay.
and I eat dairy. I eat cheese there, and the dairy there feels really, really different. Like in my body, like I actually don't feel bad after I
Okay.
eat cheese there. And there are reasons for that, and it has to do with how they make it, and they have stricter rules about cheese and stuff like this. And it's been explained to me, but I don't know, I kind of forgot. So
But
we
you
do
know,
that.
it tastes different, and there's a different
Yes,
reaction to your body with it.
yes, yes.
Interesting. Okay.
And let's see. Oh, I want to ask my husband what. Oh my God. Okay, so cocomero watermelon is my favorite fruit, and there it is beyond good. So good.
Really?
I eat it every.
In Italy, the watermelon in Italy is like off the chain.
So good. I eat it every morning, every day. I had it there.
Okay.
I eat it here too. Look, California, we're really lucky. California has great fruit, and we're so lucky to be in Los Angeles. Yes. So I'm not complaining about the food here at all. But yes, there is a difference there. But you know, it's not northern Italy, so it's not like the stuff I was telling you, like the way my Ima used to make. It's not that heavy. It's a beach town, so there's a lot of fish, and there's a lot of you know, fresh veggies and all that. It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
Interestingly, we just got a comment from Elizabeth, who lives in the south of France. She's saying she's in the south of France. Oh, it rolled up. It rolled up.
Yeah.
And I think she said the dairy is different than even in France.
Yes.
That she prefers the dairy in Italy. It's different from France.
Interesting.
We've got some more questions before we get back. I want to answer. Okay, somebody asked about cheese. I felt like we just talked a lot about cheese. So here's a question from Kim. Are you both strict vegans, or do you make exceptions? So I'll answer that first. I've shifted. This has been kind of a very interesting journey, Kim, this year for me, because it wasn't like a conscientious choice. Like I didn't say, oh, I'm gonna become vegan. A lot of it had to do with what I was cooking and what I was experimenting with. And then I honestly, just really noticed a radical shift in how I felt physically. And I have a history too of some issues with digestion and not being able to eat certain things. Certain things I was determined to eat, even though I know it didn't necessarily work well for me. But, you know, I was like, I'm not letting go of a Philly cheesesteak just yet. You know, like I was still, you know, so I found just in time I was shifting. It was really organic how it was happening. I was just shifting in this direction. So it wasn't even necessarily like, it wasn't a political choice. It wasn't a conscious choice or anything. It wasn't even necessarily, and when I say political, I mean, it wasn't necessarily like a choice about like animal products or something like that. And it was just that I started feeling differently. And then I just found myself that the percentage has really increased, that I'm not eating animal products less and less as I'm shifting in that direction. It's also happening now a lot with oil. I'm finding I'm cooking less with oil, and that there are a lot of things you can cook and saute. You don't have to use oil. So I'm even trying to, for me, it's just for my body, and for me, it's just kind of been like a healthier choice. My doctor did tell me when I had a physical earlier in the year, she made some dietary suggestions after I just did my annual physical, all of my blood tests, all of that stuff. So my doctor made some food suggestions based on some things she was seeing. And there were some numbers that she was saying, like, you know, you're good, but we just want to be mindful.
Keep an eye on.
Keep an eye on it. And so what I was finding is that the new food choices, I went back to the doctor. Those numbers had moved in the direction that you want them to move in. Like, you know, if they needed to be lower, they were lower. If they needed to be higher, they were higher, for the better. So I just saw that happen. And the only thing that changed is just the choices in the food and more regular exercise.
Yeah.
You know, so that's kind of, Kim, where my story is at with that right now. So I'm finding I'm not declaring anything. I'm not pressuring myself about anything.
You don't need to.
I'm just continuing to maintain and grow
and
those
listen
habits
to yourself and listen to your body.
To be working better. Exactly. Right. And she said that's kind of how it's happened with me too. That's what she said. Yeah. So it's been really organic. Annie.
For me, it's funny because I was a vegan back in the day when people didn't know what the word was. They kept saying vegan. What is a vegan? And I would have to explain it. You probably remember back when I was a teenager, it was like, it wasn't in, it wasn't cool. So I was doing it for a long time, but I'm not vegan now. I just know I feel better not eating dairy. I don't eat, I'm a pescatarian, but I wasn't. For many, many years, I was a vegetarian, many, many years. I've been a raw foodist where I only ate raw food. I've been macrobiotic. I've gone through everything from the age of 15 to whatever I am now. So I'm a pescatarian. I keep an eye on what I eat. I try to eat a Mediterranean diet, which is how I grew up as well. Anyway, so it's never been difficult for me. I never had a moment where I missed meat because at 15 I stopped eating, land animals, and it's so long ago now that I don't have a memory of it. So there's nothing to miss. And for me, it wasn't about my health or body. It was about the animals. I was young, and it was all about that. And, when you're young, you don't think about necessarily. When you're 15, you're not thinking about your, whatever, cholesterol or whatever.
Yes.
You're really not. So that's how just I have been throughout. And so now I really just keep an eye on what feels good to me. And I'm trying to relax and not be so strict. But for me, that just means that, I'm enjoying some bread or some sugar here and there.
Same here. Yeah. So, it's been like a dual journey. It's been a physical health journey, and it's also been a food cooking exploration journey, because there is a whole other world I'm finding. Well, what I'm learning is that there's a world of vegan chefing and vegan cooking. And then there's a whole world, there's a subculture even of that, of plant-based cooking.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, people kind of get a little aggressive. Like I belong to some cooking groups online on Facebook, and it's just kind of, they are very stringent about, you can't have this, you can't have that. So there's kind of, even within that vegan community, a lot of, they call it like whole food plant-based, no oil is one sect. I forgot what the acronym is. It's like WFPBNO. And you just see the acronym.
There's so many groups.
There's so many groups. So I went out, I was like, well, what are they cooking? Because as a cook, I'm just curious, I'm just curious to know, like, what is this group doing? So I joined that group to see what kind of recipes they were doing. And then I found, they're like kind of, we don't do this, we don't use that, we don't use oil, we don't, like, they aren't going to use like a plant, they're not going to use like a fake meat burger, or they're not going to use, like, they're just even more pure than that, so every group kind of has their thing. But I've just kind of looked at it as a way to just get exposed to different ways that people are cooking healthy, different ways, different types of foods people are using, or ways they're preparing things. I'm checking the time. Okay, we are less than
20 seconds.
We got 20 seconds until we pull these out of the oven. Dominique, you guys asked, what do we think the difference between the cheese in France is? Because probably because of Elizabeth's comment about the cheese in France versus Italy. I'm going to let Elizabeth answer that, because Elizabeth lives in France. So Elizabeth, what do you think? You can write back and tell us what you think the difference between the Italian and French cheeses are. Let me grab the muffins out of the oven. Wow. Wow. Do you guys see that? Wow. Wow. Okay, wire rack. Let me get the wire rack. Okay, I got my wire rack, you guys. I'm going to sit this right here. We're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes or so. Annie, you know this is my first Instagram live. I know you've done this many times. How do I know how much time we have left?
Oh, it's 1:44 up there, so we have 16 minutes.
Okay, we have 16 minutes. Okay.
Did you set a timer for the
Yeah,
muffin?
so I'm going to set it for 10 minutes.
Well,
or 12.
Really?
Just so
for it to cool?
Oh, no. We just needed to let it sit. You guys, we just wanted to sit in the pan for about 5 minutes.
What about 3, just for the sake of...
Okay, 3 is fine. 3 is fine. Okay, so you timed 3 minutes. So what I want to tell you guys, so these just look amazing, but we want to make sure we taste them. What you're traditionally going to do is you're going to let them sit in the pan for 5 minutes. After they sit in the pan for 5 minutes, you're going to put them on your wire rack. So you're going to take your muffins in the muffin paper, sit them on the wire rack, and you're going to sit them on there. Somebody just said, looks good. It's dinner time here and I'm hungry.
Where are you?
Where are you? I wish I could send you, I could ship you a muffin for dessert. But so what you're going to do is you're going to have the muffin by itself, put them all on the wire rack. So that way they can completely cool. But we're going to, while they're still a little warm, we're going to taste test them. And my ice cream, my Craig's Vegan Killer Vanilla ice cream is softening. Elizabeth said, oh God, it rolled up. Darn it, I missed it. She responded about the cheese, I think. I want to tell you guys, if you want to try this recipe, you see how easy it is just in the one bowl. You can go to Frederick's Food Adventures on Facebook. So you go to Frederick's Food Adventures on Facebook, just search muffins. I'm sure it'll come up. Search chocolate. It'll come up. You want to just go to the recipe for the vegan banana fudge chocolate chip muffins, and you will see a link there for the entire recipe from start to finish with the ingredients. I want to give credit to the amazing Minimalist Baker. If you guys aren't familiar with Minimalist Baker, I want you to visit minimalistbaker.com. She is an incredible cook and baker. A lot of wonderful vegan and plant-based meals she has on her website, and you can follow her on Instagram at Minimalist Baker. And so somebody just said, I hope the two of you make dinner next time. You know what? We should make dinner next time. Okay, thank you, Rachel. That's a great idea. So go to at Minimalist Baker on Instagram or minimalistbaker.com. Wonderful recipes. That's where this recipe is from. It will also link out to this specific recipe from Frederick's Food Adventures on the Facebook page. So, are we ready, Annie? Should we just try this?
I mean, 42 more seconds.
40. Okay, let me get my little plate and my little spoon. Hold on.
Do you guys have requests for what kind of food?
Yeah, if you have any requests. Okay.
Yeah, if you have any requests, send them. And also, if you're interested in following my going-ons, go to anniewood.com and sign up. Nice, I love it. And sign up for my newsletter at anniewood.com. And I have a book coming out, and you'll be able to know about all that stuff. I love that idea, the Israeli-Italian fusion. That's taking my heritage and my husband's. Yeah. And I tell you, sometimes it really does kind of overlap those two things.
See, I didn't even know that. Okay, you guys, I'm scooping out. I know we're still cooling, but I'm scooping out while it's cooling. And let me get another spoon for the ice cream. Hang on here.
Wait, Freddie, do you take your wrapping off?
I took my wrapping off because I'm going to kind of get it all in that ice cream.
Okay.
So I'm taking my wrapping off. Now, remember, you guys, as we said, we're not leaving, you typically 5 minutes in the pan.
This is the ice cream.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen that at Trader Joe's.
Are you just putting like a dollop on top of yours?
Yeah, so this is what I did. I just did a couple ice cream scoops and then one little taste test. So again, you guys, you would leave it in the pan for 5 minutes. Then you would take them out in the paper and just sit them in the paper still in your cupcake container, just on the wire rack to cool completely or, cool a little bit more. But for the sake of time, okay, Annie, are you ready?
I put it on top.
Okay, yeah,
Ooh.
no, that's perfect.
Here we go. Ready?
Okay.
Bon appetit.
I'm gonna taste the cupcake, or I'm sorry, the muffin. I'm gonna take the muffin first without the ice cream, so I can just kind of have it pure. Okay, here we go. Oh my god. Oh wow. Oh god. Oh my god.
When it's warm like that, chocolate warm with
It's
mamma
gooey.
mia,
Oh
mamma
my god.
mia, mia Dio.
Okay, you guys, it's
Mia
gooey.
Dio.
Now, honestly, Annie, when you eat this muffin, if you guys got this at a restaurant and someone just literally just put it at the table as a complimentary dessert in front of you, would you know there was no dairy in this?
No, but it's hard for me because I eat a lot of, like, for so many years.
I'm just telling you,
so
for anybody who, I'm just telling you, for somebody that might say, well, how can you bake that with no eggs? And how can you bake that? I'm telling you, you don't even know that this doesn't have eggs or buttermilk, whatever.
It's so good.
You don't know.
I used to trick people. You know, our friend McCool, I used to trick him. When he'd come over and I'd make sandwiches years ago, and they were vegan cheese sandwiches. But he didn't know because you put all these other condiments and other things in there, and then I would say, "Hey,
wow,
that's actually not dairy."
Wow,
it's really good.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh my god.
Anybody want some? Here you go.
You guys. Wow. Wow.
Okay. We have time for some more questions.
We have time. I just want to say, I don't know who's going to eat all these, but I'm going to lie and tell you that I'm going to offer them to all my neighbors.
Vieni qui, cuore mio, vieni qui.
And I'm not going to eat them all. I'm going to try not to eat all of these today. Oh. That's the goal. That is how good this is delicious. So you guys, what you're going to get is a nice soft muffin with a chocolatey gooey inside because those melted chocolate chips are running throughout the muffin. It tastes spectacular. Okay.
My husband's coming in.
I can't resist. I can't resist. I can't resist. I can't resist.
Here's
it's impossible. I can't resist. I stayed this whole time. I was there. I just can't resist. I see it. It's right here. I know it's here.
Okay. Peter, you've got to try one, Peter.
Sure. Ready?
So you guys, this is Annie's husband, Peter. So try one.
I think he likes it.
Okay. You guys.
Someone said they'll be scarfed down in 32 minutes. I like how you said 32 minutes and not like a half an hour.
Okay.
Oh my God.
And the other thing too, you guys, is that you're just tasting the chocolate. Like, I'm not tasting oats. I'm not tasting what all of those ingredients that may seem like it's interesting combination of like tahini and maple syrup. I'm not tasting it. I'm just tasting chocolate. I'm just tasting a chocolate muffin with some chips in it.
Yeah.
What do you say, Annie?
I like it better than a cupcake, I have to say, because I'm not a big cake fan.
Right.
Which is, I know, is weird.
Yeah.
But I'm not. But this tastes, I don't know, it's like fuller, rounder, a little denser. It's not cakey. It's more muffiny.
It's
like someone explained to us.
It's muffiny. Oh my God, this is so good.
Great.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, wow. I want to. Oh, that's good. That's so good. I want to thank everybody for joining in today. So this was the first of what I hope will be many Instagram lives that we'll do and many opportunities. Annie and I, now it's been requested that we do another cooking thing together. Maybe we'll make dinner. We'll make something other than a dessert, which I'm totally open to doing. So I would love to have you back to do that, Annie.
Okay, great. Do you have an idea, or does anyone have a suggestion of what kind of dinner they'd like to see, or what kind of food? Oh, somebody did say the Israeli-Italian fusion.
Okay, well, you know what?
We could
always do. Look, I could learn how to make that.
Okay.
That would be great.
Well, look into it. Well, a dinner party. I love it.
Okay, yes. Christian.
In these times of the plague, where we're all at home, a dinner party like this is an awesome idea. I love it.
I think so too. I think so too. So I want to leave you guys with this before we go. Again,
We have 6 minutes. Let's
what'd you
use
say?
the whole 6 minutes. We have 6 minutes.
Okay, we have said, well, let me make sure I
Vegan
sniff this out.
enchiladas. Yes.
Oh, vegan. Okay,
enchiladas.
now I have, Eric, thank you, because I have a wonderful vegan enchiladas recipe.
Nice. Okay,
That
I
would
love
be awesome.
Mexican
I have a
food.
wonderful
Yes.
vegan enchiladas recipe. But before we go, because I know I can start talking in 6 minutes, we'll be gone.
No, I'll
So
tell you. I'll tell you. You got 5
Okay,
minutes.
thank you. So
Okay.
I just want to get out a few things,
Okay.
which is thank you guys for being so supportive and following me on Instagram at Frederick's Food Adventures and also at Frederick's Food Adventures on Facebook. We have some other exciting things coming up. I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys, but I just want to thank, vegan spaghetti. Thank you. Dominique, thank you. But I want to thank you guys so much for just going on this journey with me all throughout this year on food. I've been learning as I've been going. I've been experimenting as I've been going. I've been trying things and then just sharing them with you guys. So thank you for being so receptive. Again, and you guys can follow Annie on Instagram at Annie Wood World. And also you can go to anniewood.com. And another conversation, which you guys will see that in a different forum, I'm going to have Annie back and we're going to just talk about her work. We're going to get out of the kitchen because Annie is a really prolific multimedia artist and performer. And so I really want her to be able to come back in another forum that we'll do where she can talk about that as well. Yes, thank you, Christian. The adventure begins. Yes, the adventure begins. So I just wanted to make sure I said all of that before Instagram Live cuts us off, that I just want to express my deepest gratitude and appreciation to all of you guys. So thank you. Annie, anything else? And did I take up all 6 minutes?
No, you're doing great. I just wanted
Okay.
to say congratulations on doing this, on figuring out that you have this passion for cooking and you know, making it what you've made it, which is sharing it with all these people and getting people on board and really excited about your, you know, and I can just see the love and the creativity flowing through you when you just started doing this. I remember it was the beginning of this year, right?
Or like late last year. Yes.
And I'm so proud of you, and I love seeing you like so excited about something like this, and I can't wait to see what more you do and the other stuff that you're planning that I know about. I'm excited about. So
Yes.
I just wanted to say that I'm proud of you and I love you, and
Thank you.
I've had so much fun doing this.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, and everybody stay in touch with us, and you know, on social media you can find us everywhere.
Okay. So we'll see you all soon. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of a beautiful Sunday. We've got people that are here from different countries. One guy I know is here. It's already Monday where he is. So enjoy your Sunday or your Monday, whatever time zone or continent you may be on. Love. Thank you all so much. Talk to you soon.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Stay safe.